Roll Tide!
Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
Best part of this show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Matt's weekly farts.
Breaking news. It's very outside of the box.
Hail day.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
Shout out to
A to B.
Uncut. Is that you?
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered cast on
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode 316. That is episode 3 with the number 1, followed by the 6, which is how many toes my Uncle Raul has down there in Ocoee, Florida. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and I am the Lyme to your coronavirus, and that's how I stay relevant, people. Joining me tonight,
I like that,
is a spectacular cast of characters. Coming up first to bat, he is wearing his special helmet, and he's stuffed up his nose. He's sniffling because he's having a rough day. Everyone's favorite internet troll and my favorite hetero cuddle buddy, Greg Ford Mercy.
Homo.
no, what?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, we got to squeeze in that 30-minute dissertation Robert likes to give every time we introduce him. Speaking of which, let's get that out of the way. He is my favorite attorney and favorite online snuggle bug. I always send him gifts of hugs, and he just replies back with some guy vomiting. He is your favorite attorney and mine, the one and only Robert D.
Hello, how are you?
All right.
Roll Tide.
Roll tight.
Tide. No, roll tide.
Roll tight.
Roll Tide.
Matthew, roll tide.
Top roll jeans. Don't tell me none of y'all did that shit. Come on now. Back in the day.
I will sit here and say on this podcast, on the record, I am guilty of the one leg up jean fad.
Yikes.
Oh, from the with the sweatpants? I'm talking about the jeans where you top roll the
jeans and sweatpants, my friend. I mean, I'm talking. I would be walking down Spinelli Routes 1 at 9 in Jersey City, and some guy would drive by, and be like, "Pull up your fucking pant leg, dumb shit." I walk a couple more blocks, he got pulled over because he was swerving, so it's cool.
Nice. You laugh at him?
You ever wear the Z Cavariccis in middle school?
No. What the hell is that?
Yeah, what is that?
There's like Guinea Guido pants for specifically to tight roll them.
You did not just say that. Oh.
I'm allowed.
He's loud. He's
you don't hear me say stick on this fucking podcast.
Whoa!
You just did. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. God dang, that is a Roll Tide right there.
But no, I was guilty of the one leg up pant fad. Also big into cross colors. You know, work all summer in my dad's bodega wrapping fucking meat. I had cross colors, FUBU. I had some Bufu, the fake stuff they sold in the little strip there on Line Avenue in Union City. I had all the cool shit, man. You know, nice. I got, as we used to say, I got to get my gear straight, homie. I got to look fly for these honeys.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, back when I was an aspiring rapper, my name was Funny Bunny.
What? I think this is true. This is a true story.
This is true.
This is definitely
like a big football helmet wearing kid. I even drew my own album cover. It was a carrot in a martini glass.
Ooh,
that is
fancy.
So yeah, speaking of fancy, this guy's the king of fancy. He's got beautiful hair like myself. Father of 2 adorable children, just like Robert is. Sorry.
No, thanks.
And of course, can instantly force a plane to land by this new app he installed on his iPhone. The one, the only Mr. T2RX6, Justin.
Yeah, but there's some serious ethical concerns with that, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
The guy who works for me in my company, he's just he may not be willing to do these things anymore. So I've given him the kill.
At my job, that's called pussy.
So
Well, maybe you need to just change phone plans.
Maybe.
No,
We should
let's
discuss
not.
that later.
We should not discuss that later.
Let's do that. I love discussing phone plans.
Dude, look, the beast you started. So I have two 30-minute recordings on Audacity talking about the AT&T sales and service center I worked at. And I mean, I went through the first month of training, which is like theory, you learn all their systems. Went into another part of training called nesting. This is after you take your first live call.
And you're pregnant?
No. But the guy who did run that department, that sales manager, is a fucking asshole. And because of him, like 4 people lost their jobs because no one bothered to email him to please change their punch card time issues. So he just sat there and said, no one let me know of anything. So like 4 people lost their jobs.
Damn.
All the way to what they call transition to sales, which is another 3 weeks of training before you actually hit the sales floor and start taking live calls all the time. So yeah, I got those 2 clips all recorded because you bastards had to go ahead and start talking about TV and internet service for fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah. Assholes.
Would you like to do it again?
No, I would not like to.
I will not be happy until anyone who still uses Facebook gets nothing but cell phone ads because they're listening into everything that you're saying.
I'm actually setting up phone systems in my office now. And I was like, should I go with Vonage? Should I go with what's the other one?
Boost Mobile.
It's like a bunch of it's really annoying.
Ready? I'll throw you back here, Robert. Remember when we once spoke on the line? I was trying to get you to switch over because I thought it would save you money when you were on T-Mobile and you had this outlandish phone bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now you're saying that. I'm like, well, what do you like to use your phone for? What kind of calls are we making? Domestic, international? Are you going to be needing more than one line of service? Because we could all set that up. We have prices of multiple years set up for you that guarantee 2-year price lock-in.
It's like office phones. These aren't cell phones. They're office phones.
Still get Boost Mobile.
I think I'm going to get a Cricket.
Fuck yeah.
Or what's that Walmart phone?
Crickets
Straight
are
Talk.
awesome.
Straight Talk,
We're not talking about that Cricket. I was thinking the wrong Cricket.
You
talking
could.
about bugs or
My bad.
Maybe I can get an Obama phone.
I can get you some bugs. You need some crickets, Justin?
Yep.
Go.
What was that one service came out? I forgot. Like people were calling it pyramid phone. So like you get a line of service with this company, and you get 2 other people to switch over to get a line of service with you, and you get money for it. And then you get those 2 people get 2 people to get a line of service with the company, and then they basically get their cell phone paid. So where it's constantly like, just in a nutshell what that was about. That was like a big thing like 4 years ago.
Wow, I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the guy who came up with the plan's doing 20 years right now.
Oh man, no, it was great because at AT&T you couldn't solicit, so there was always that one guy there like, hey man, you tired of paying this bullshit AT&T bill? Hey, check it out. If I get you to port your line of service under my exclusive contract with Pyramid, right, I get like a $35 kickback, but your bill goes from like 100 to peep it.
That was you?
No,
that was you? Man, you were pushy.
No, that's how you heard in the lunchroom. But then of course these were salespeople, and they're like, "Oh my god, really?" It's like you for real? Like you're buying that shit? We are forced to sell pointless, useless tablets to people for 99 cents with a 2-year commitment, and you're about to buy. Wow, good luck. So yeah, anybody get anything? Greg,
I got a 99-cent tablet with a 2-year commitment.
Oh,
nice. Oh yeah, I'm here today. Nobody introduced me, but hey there, everybody.
Oh shit!
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
As always, he's everyone's favorite.
It's all right, man. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all right.
It's been a day.
Greg, what'd you get, man?
He threatened to quit already.
Yeah.
Gregors, what'd you get, man?
I already said a 99-cent tablet with a 2-year commitment.
And a bloody nose.
T-Mobile, because he uses tenure.
T-Mobile.
And it has almost 4K screen.
Almost 4K. Not quite there. Maybe 3.9K.
It's got like 470p, but it's there's a 4 in 4K.
Yeah, there's got a 4 somewhere. Roll Tide.
All right, so Roll Tide. Up next is Justin. Justin, what'd you get this week?
I got a few things, courtesy of one Robert D. I got a chance to take a look at the reflector from who is it? Magic Square. I wanted to say Make Toys, but then I was like, that's not right. Yeah, so Magic Square's reflector. It was kind of a selfish act on his part because one of them was broken, and he was like, "Can you fix it?" And I was like, "For you, Robert, $100." And he was like, "Okay." So yeah, so I'm gonna take a look at that. I've only messed with them very briefly. I haven't transformed them. They're pretty cool looking figures, though. So I can't wait to check them out. I also got the New Age Thundercracker. And I got the namesake of the last show, Bare Arms Ninja, who now has semi-completed the Storm Shadow look for now until I get a proper quiver for his back. So I'm working on that. And that's
just tickle him down his spine.
Yeah. A little quiver.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It took a second.
Quivers and bare arms.
Blow on his ear. Just blowing this up his ear.
Mm-hmm. That gets me sometimes.
Quiver down his back.
So,
I like blowing in the ear.
Good times.
All right. Okay.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
So, I don't know who to choose next. These two always have a list of stuff. Matthew, what'd you get this week?
I didn't get very much this one. I got the Studio Series, the RC triplets. They call it twins for some reason. I got the Alita one. Actually, I'm actually doing a review that should be up later of them. And I got the Optimus Prime from Cyberverse. I kind of dig the Bumblebee, so I got the Optimus Prime to try to see if I may go in on the whole line or not. So, and that's it.
Brave.
That's all I got.
Okay. Wow. All right. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Robert, what'd you get this week?
Nothing Transformers wise. I did get a new laptop, which is fun, and it's just like no time for anything. I wanted to take it out of the box and play with it. I haven't had any time, but I just got it today, and just office equipment and furniture and stuff. But the laptop seems cool. It's super light. It's the LG Gram. We were joking around about that before. I don't know. You sure
it's gram or pound? Was it pound, maybe?
No, LG nickel bag. I don't know, but
check it, bro. You could do 3 lines off the back of this bad boy, and while you're at it, bend your old lady over, have your way with her real quick, bro.
You know, weird
bro.
In Micro Center, I think it's called. Yeah, they have all the gamer PCs, and it's just weird. It's like the tower or whatever, and they've got all these lights. They all have different styles of lights and stuff. It's like, come on, some stinky fatty got to feel like he's in Tron. Like, come on.
I love stinking fatties.
Oh my god, I'm doing so good here playing freaking Fallout 76 with my neon lights, and I just made a boo-boo because I'm a breakdown barber.
I'm a master at this game, yeah.
Why y'all keep making fun of people, man?
But do you play Call of Duty every day, Matt? Because
I do.
I'm a hero. I'm the best player ever. Ever.
What else you get, Robert?
That's it. I didn't get any toys. Not this week. Because I already said last week they got the Magic Square reflector.
Yeah, got stuff. Yeah.
And
because you're at $100 for my repair service, you couldn't afford anything. So.
And
it's worth it though. It's worth it.
The Magic Square Seekers. I don't know if I got them by Wednesday. Cause I sent them
out.
Yeah,
you did. I think. Yeah, you were talking about how they're not as good.
Them. You showed us pictures how they're all fucked up.
We talked about them for about 20 minutes.
They're shit. Anyway.
Refresh our memory though, Robert. How are those Magic Square?
Hey, refresh.
They're not finished. They're definitely very crappy, and I don't know. I mean, they're cheaper than the New Age. I guess they put them out cheaper because they had to.
Dude, New Age is fucking knocking it out of the park with their Decepticons, man. The Megatron, the Insecticons, and the Seekers, and Coneheads too.
Well, I read the post that was shared by Chuck, and she was shared around. That that apparently it's because like the designer was obligated to make a certain amount of figures a year or whatever, and he was
for Magic Square, yeah,
and he had to do the Seekers, and he wasn't happy with it, and they weren't finished, but they had to get something out, so they just farted this out. But apparently their Megatron's going to be really good, and we know that their the Reflector is great. You know, it feels like two different companies did the Reflector versus the Seekers.
So they rushed out the Seekers, basically?
Yeah, like they kind of just said, you know what, let's just get something out because we can't beat the New Age. They're so far ahead of us in this release. We might as well just release what we got and not spend any more money on it, and instead produce a cheaper alternative. So it's like a cheap 3-pack rather than like, how much was each New Age? It's like a half the cost.
30 or $40. Yeah.
It's like $100 for the set of the Magic Square. I mean, I don't think it's worth it, but yeah, I'd rather spend $150 on 3 beautiful figures than $100 on 3 kind of meh figures.
Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks because Magic Square usually does, put out some great stuff too.
It's not terrible. They're just not as good as the New Age.
Yeah. I'm ready for their Megatron. I'm ready for New Age to do an Optimus Prime. I want to get that too. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, the Magic Square is gonna be tough to beat, I think.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah.
Just like I think the Magic Square is gonna have a tough time beating the Vans, and the only thing is scale. They could do it just to match scale.
Scale. Hey, roll time.
Hey,
Oscar, what'd you get, man? What'd you get, fella?
I didn't get anything.
Not a damn thing.
But one is on the way. Oh, God, yeah.
You didn't roll anything, Todd?
No, I really didn't get anything.
I'm sorry.
It's whatever. Yeah.
My dog is snoring up a beast.
All right, so moving on to this is a topic we haven't hit in a while. Movie and show news. 2 new live action movies to be produced simultaneously.
Ashkan. Yeah.
So, Bumblebee 2 and apparently Beast Wars is going to be in theaters.
You know what? One second. Before, I think they're going to do 10 minutes of Beast Wars, and then it's going to go straight to G1. That's what they're going to do, like they did with Bumblebee. That's all they're going to do. So
I don't know if it was a troll post, but I saw someone state that Paramount was looking to use Bay for the Beast Wars movie.
Yeah, that's a troll post.
Okay, because that would be awesome. I would love that.
I would not.
Explosions.
I want to see how confusing he can make fur look. I want fur to be so confusing I can't fucking see the animal. I want it to look like a bunch of giant tribbles just bouncing around at each other.
No, it would just be like the Tasmanian Devil.
I really.
He said his name is Optimus Primal. He says he's here to save the Earth. You understood all that? Yeah, I speak stupid.
Well, I'm excited. They're still going with the Transformers, and we get more movies. I'm excited. I like Bumblebee. I thought it was good, and I would love a Beast Wars movie too. To be honest, I think it'd be awesome.
I'd like to see what's going to happen with that.
Font type.
But it's going to have a different storyline. Beast Wars ties into G1 a certain way, and the reboot of the G1 stuff now in the movies. Yeah, like there are no Autobots under a mountain for the Maximals and the Predacons to go. It really throws that whole storyline out the window.
There's a Megatron.
Yeah.
Under the ice.
Well, maybe it's a reboot, and then they're going to start with Beast Wars, and then they're going to lead into G1.
Honestly, I mean, come on! I never remember that part in the G1 episode where Megatron and Sentinel Prime made a deal. You guys remember that one? It's the one with Alpha Bravo. So,
the Christmas special.
Yeah, yes, the Christmas on Cybertron special. Yeah. The one that was only released in Japan, but it was voiced by Indonesian voice actors.
Nice.
That was when they first aired that Roll Tide commercial.
Yeah, Roll Tide. But
fun type.
I played I played the scenario in my head. What if Michael Bay directed Beast Wars? and all I see is like like rope instead of fur they had like spikes, and he would be like, "Oh, we're gonna follow the base wars continuity."
And
so
they're
he
all
has
gray.
they're all gray with like white with like red and blue eyes, and then of course they can't start in modern day Earth, so they went back in time where they meet cavemen, right? And all these cavemen look like Jack Black and Michael Cera from Year One.
And the story is really about the cavemen.
Yes, and it's about how the cavemen invented the stripper pole, so all the female cave women can dance on it. Because that is Michael Bay feminism.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I think I think this movie can make $1 billion. It'll
But
shatter.
there's got to be like fighter jets and attack helicopters in it somehow.
Yeah.
Well, I saw someone post, are we gonna have feathers on these dinosaurs? Like, is Megatron gonna have feathers? Is it gonna be modern accurate, or is it gonna be, early night?
I just hope when he transforms, there's just like a mess of blood that shoots out and all that stuff, and it's just like, this like awful like.
Oh my God, you're right, and it drenches the female cave women, right? And then they have wet shirts, and that forces them to run at slow motion because every time Waspinator transforms, the things around him blow up, right? So you have your explosions check, you have sexy women check. And the dialogue, come on, let's be real. It'll work just fine.
Well, you're missing one thing.
What's that?
Pterosaur has to be a giant flying Dorito.
I like Starscream, man.
Whose helmet for his robot mode will be very phallic.
And he shoots Takis.
Oh God damn, you're racist.
Taco or Taki?
Takis Fuego.
Drop that G word earlier in the podcast. I said the S one. This one's going into books, that's for sure.
Takis. It's like a spicy, really super salty,
gross.
super spicy,
It
gross
is gross
chips that little kids eat. They're like, they stain your fingers and all your furniture red, and they're just salty, gross fire in the mouth.
Never heard of them.
They look like little cheese doodles, but really teeny and rolled.
So Cheetos?
No, Takis.
All right, so basically we have James Vanderbilt is going to be writing one of the films. He was a scriptwriter for the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. Oh. But he did also write Zodiac, so I guess that's safe. And then the other writer is Joby Harrow, is best known for his work on King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Remember how good that was?
Nope.
And currently working on the script for DC Universe's The Flash.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is crappy. With Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, that's the bad one. And the first one's not that great either, though. But I never was a big Spider-Man movie fan at the time.
It's like, Peter Parker is a skateboarder now. It's just.
He goes from the Amazing Spider-Man 1 movie to the second one. He goes from like regular, because he was what a friend of mine called the sexy Peter Parker. And then in Amazing Spider-Man 2, he went from sounding like kind of normal, kind of New Yorkish to like, hey, yo, get over there, Ed, man. You don't know what's going on over here. Oh, man, bada bing, man.
Bada bing.
Sound like a grizzled New York City cop.
Do you have to say bada bing every time?
No.
Bada bing.
So, he just, I don't know. Those movies were not, I wasn't a fan of them. I didn't go watch them in theaters. But Zodiac was good, though. That's what Jay Gyllenhaal. So.
James Vanderbeek is making another movie.
James Vanderbeek.
Yeah.
James Vanderbeek is the actor from Dawson's Creek.
I know. He's going to make the movie. And it's going to be like Dawson's Creek. Beast Wars / Dawson's Creek. And Beast Wars, clank, 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 clank.
Oh my God.
I'm excited. Like I said, I think it's cool that they're still making movies. And I hope that the Beast Wars thing would be maybe a reboot and it goes into G1. But you also, help, make the Beast Wars fans happy and give a whole Beast Wars movie, not just 10 minutes, like I said. And I think Bumblebee 2 is going to be pretty good. I like Bumblebee, the first one. So I'm really excited for that one, too. So it's awesome.
You think they're going to try to tie back Earth as Unicron kind of thing?
No, I hope not. It's fucking dumb.
Don't
I mean,
think so.
I wasn't crazy about it when Transformers Prime did it. You know, but I don't think it would work as
I think they're going to try to get. I know they didn't get away from everything from Bay with the Bumblebee movie, but I think moving forward, I think they're going to try to get away from what Bay did and just move on. Which, like I said, I don't hate Michael Bay. I tip my hat to him. He brought Transformers to a bigger spectrum and everything.
Fedora.
Yeah, I tip my fedora. But I don't. He just wasn't a Transformer fan, and I guess he saw the money and everything, and just went with it. But I don't hate Michael Bay. I think he did a lot for Transformers.
I'll tell you what, though. Go ahead, Bloody Nose.
I was going to say, since we're already kind of risky on this show anyway, I'd say he definitely brought some spectrum to the Transformers franchise.
And he brought the spectrum. He included the spectrum into it. He brought it.
He also said "Roll Tide" during one of the movies. I heard that.
But one thing is, look, every Transformers movie, right? Even the new Bumblebee had a heavy human story to it. Right. It wasn't a story about the robots as much as it's the human aspect,
Get away from that.
It can be very challenging for them to do that in Beast Wars because, they were cavemen. They were early hominids, and they were pretty stupid. They all looked the same, and they were just like, ha, ha, ha. Like that was them, just mouth breathing morons.
I think they could really do a good Transformer without humans. They still add them, but not make them the focal point.
This would be a first because that would be the challenge. Are they going to try to turn this into like a Jack Black, Michael Cera thing, where they're now talking cavemen with like stereotypical tiger pelts around them, and they're trying to do this, or are they going to really try to say, well, this is prehistoric times. This is what cavemen were like, and they didn't talk. They were just
You're giving a lot of credit to the humans in the Michael Bay movies, especially the first few.
That's true. I just don't, the Beast Wars story was just them. There really was no human interaction or intercourse.
Yeah, I think this is like I think Oscar nailed it. This is their chance to have a human female character who's barely wearing any clothes and just chalk it under caveman prehistoric times. And
no, I
would like to see a scene
where
you
have a cheetor pelt,
No, well, I was gonna say I'd like to see a scene where like a caveman that is kind of like, we'll call him Buster, right? Reference, right? So we'll call him Buster, and he's walking with Optimus Primal, and then Optimus Primal's like, "Oh, who's that?" It's like, "That's my, that is Buster's wife." And then they pan up, and you see these beautiful pair of legs, and they just get hairier as they go further up. And then this amazing figure, and then you got like the Geico caveman face on this hot body. And she just goes, and then Optimus Primal touches her. And she turns into the world's first beautiful Instagram model.
I don't think they're
Hashtag Beast Wars.
I think a all Transformer movie would do really, really good. Now, I think that's what people are expecting to see. Even not the Transformer fans like us and everything, but I think the normal runabout, person run amok going to the movies, the popcorn people will actually like a Transformer movie based on Transformers and just not the human aspect.
Have we ever had a TV show where it focused just on the robots and no human interaction at all?
No. Well, G1 did have a lot of human.
Beast Wars.
Did it? Yeah, Beast Wars.
G1 Wars.
Beast Wars did. What was it? Beast Machines had no humans.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, they were on Cybertron.
And how was that received?
Exactly.
But that was 20 plus years ago. I think 30 years ago. I think now it would be different. A lot.
Yeah, and Beast Machines had its own set of faults. I don't think not having humans in it was.
Yeah, they were the hippie kind of. He did. What did Prime did? What he did? Meditating or something.
What was it? I can't remember.
The seeds of the past lie buried in the future.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he meditated and shit, and then they had a plant thing going on or something. I don't know, some plant talking plants or something.
Botanica, I think her name was, or something like that. I don't know. Rat Trap ended up pairing off with her at the end.
So I mean,
I don't remember much about that series. I remember it being because at the time the whole fad on television was environmentalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain
so that was
Planet.
Everyone was still trying to be green. So
it was the 90s. It was Captain Planet and stuff, and but I think it's going to be. I think hopefully, like I said, if they steer away from the Michael Bay thing, I think it's going to be good. I guess.
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh no, I'm just thinking about this Michael Bay Beast Wars movie. How awesome it's gonna be. With the and Tudor can like freestyle rap every time he talks, like Roadblock from G.I. Joe.
I hope so.
And then Rat Trap can act like the proverbial like shitty New Yorker. No offense, Robert. The one that sits there and like demands to wash his hot dog down with some hot dog water. That guy.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Rhinox will be the angry old Jewish neighbor, and Optimus Primal will just be that guy trying to get his shit together. But he's got this ragtag group of people.
He'll just be trying to steal everybody's face.
I hope so. I really do.
Because now that is the.
So, does anyone? I mean, I assume. Don't get me wrong. This could go completely the wrong way, but like if they do Beast Wars, it can't be voiced by Peter Cullen, right? It's gonna have to be someone else.
If they,
I'll think of David Kaye and.
If they tell Gary Chalk to go go kick rocks because they got Peter Cullen.
No, they had to get. They had to get it.
I want a banana.
No, they had to get David Kaye for Megatron, and yeah, they'd have to get those. They'd have to. I mean, come on now.
I don't think they would. I mean, like
Monkey, not truck.
Monkey, not truck. I hate monkeys.
What's homeboy's name? The Elvis impersonator, the Optimus Prime impersonator. They got to do Shockwave and Soundwave.
Oh, John 3.0.
Yeah.
John
He'll be all the he'll be everybody.
He'll be everybody.
How they keep it low budget.
Well, that's how they're going to pay for the CGI.
They'll just use archival footage of gorillas with green screen.
I would hope they get Scott McNeil to come in, McNeil to do Rat Trap and all the, Waspinator and Dinobot. I mean, I'd love he's a great voice actor, so I'd love for them to get Scott back and do all the voices.
I was so hoping you were going to say Rat Trap, Waspinator, all the cocaine. And
no. Sorry, I disappointed you.
There's a lot of drug talk on this show. This is.
He just looks like. I've never met the guy, but it's just in pictures. He just strikes me as.
Oh, he's wild. I got his.
Scott McNeil.
Well, yeah, he strikes me as the kind of guy.
He has. Yeah, he went off the. I think he was alcohol. He's alcoholic and drug. I don't know, but he's been. He went back and he was clean for a little bit, and then I think he got back on and everything. But yeah, he's had issues with the substance abuse before.
Yeah, I didn't. He's a great. He looks like the kind of guy that knows how to party.
Oh, he does. He's a great guy. I mean, I got to meet him at one of the BotCons, and he loves his fans, and he sits there and talks with when people and everything. He just jokes around and everything. He's a great guy to meet and everything. He's really nice.
Later on that night, he was on the roof of the hotel in just his underwear and a cowboy hat, going, "I'm a cannibal, y'all! Wow, free bird! I'm Dinobot!"
He did say free bird a lot, but yeah, he's a nice guy, and he's a great voice actor. I mean, I love this. He's done a lot of stuff other than Beast Wars too. So, hey, I just like to knock people down.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to start all this. No,
you did.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Damn it.
Speaking of Roll Tide, that tide's coming in. Time to change up topics for third-party shameful treason. Oh, who renamed all this shit? So we have Shockwave Lab Natural Male Enhancement for Powder Primes. That was one of Oscar's submissions. Yay!
Oh, so you're the one that spelled potato like George Bush.
My fucking headphones.
I think we just killed Oscar. It was good having him on the show for a while, but
I'm back. Oh, I'm sorry.
He made it.
Oh God.
Okay.
So yeah, a couple of years after this set came out, I guess Shockwave Lab finally decided to download the file from Shapeways and mass produce this stuff.
Yeah.
I thought this looked interesting. Then I looked at it again and I was like, you know what? I really.
Yeah, like I kind of wanted to get the Nemesis version of the Rodimus, and then the, or as I like to call him, Terror, because we know that's his official name.
Terror.
Yeah, but I had that in my hand back a while back. I was like, I'm gonna get this, and I was like, I just don't think it looks good enough in either mode to really justify this. So I put it back.
It is not.
Yeah, and I was like, they have upgrade kits. I'm like, do I really want to polish this turd? Like, I don't know if that's what I want to do. So I did not get it, and I just figured someday a DX9 Terror will be mine.
Terror.
So. Terror. Man. Yeah, it's. I just thought it looked interesting, so I put it in notes, and it's one of those too little, too late type of things there. So speaking of too little, too late, lemon tree, purple potato, grossness. These are the color
is probably
images.
too early, but never gonna be late enough, I guess. I don't know what the word would be. This is terrible.
I like it.
Oh,
And-
Matt.
It looks fine. I don't know what you're talking. These are just renders. I mean, they're just I think it looks fine.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about the
I don't
spikes.
think it-
Spikes on the top. If there's a way you could take off those spike or the thruster things on the back, he would look like Shockwave.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
don't know.
two hands.
But is he supposed to look like Shockwave, though?
And like, why though? Like, why does it? Why? Who decided it has to be the Decepticon ship? Like, it's just a weird decision all the way around. Like, I don't. Maybe I'm not supposed to understand this, but I don't understand why this is appealing.
Wouldn't it have been a better choice? Just taking liberties, but have him transform into Broadside?
Yeah.
Like, you could have picked any
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Shockwave transform into Broadside.
The ship was purple, so
That'd be like the most useless thing.
Why would he not be
Shockwave
Shockwave?
You can make it
Well-
Tidal Wave.
Made Galvatron was purple. Why couldn't he be Galvatron?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just their new spin of doing something. I mean, they don't have to go straight like everybody wants it. Like Shockwave doesn't have to turn to a gun. I mean,
It doesn't have to,
and
Matt,
this-
but who the fuck is gonna buy it? Like,
Well,
Right,
and
when
It's
you're
just like
when you're
4
looking at your
years.
collection, are you like, I really need a Shockwave that has no relevance to anything in the comics or related to my collection?
well, there's
it's
a lot of
not-
fans of Transformers that might like this. Who knows?
No, but it's just not like apropos for the culture right now. Like, this would have been something 4 years ago. People would have freaked out about it, and gotten it. Most people would have jumped on it, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. Can you imagine that? But we've all gone down these lanes. There's really little room for these. It's a novelty piece,
Mhm.
but you've got to
Yeah.
have a novelty.
And
It's
there's that vocal minority that's online that's like, third party's getting so boring. I wish they take chances and do some stuff outside the box, and then they're not going to buy this
Oh yeah, absolutely.
because
not.
most of the people that like go on about that, they don't buy this shit anyway.
You know what? Have this thing transform into a proper phaser, and then it's already preloaded. You don't know it. You squeeze the trigger, and it puffs coronavirus in your face once.
Oh my God. Well, that's about 40 minutes in before we made a coronavirus joke. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the news. Everybody's like, oh, corona. First of all, coronavirus is just a type of virus. It's been around forever, but they're saying it's the new coronavirus. It's a new strain.
It's a mutated strain.
But if
Like
you
new,
li-
it's like new Coke.
if
Oh,
you
yeah,
look
when,
at
when I heard about this coronavirus, I'm like, well, good. That is disgusting anyway.
Listen, if you look, if you
Take
look
that
at,
back, you racist bastard.
if you look at the symptoms, it's just a respiratory infection. And if you look at the deaths that it's caused, the flu kills more people. You know, it's just the elderly and the infirm and young are most susceptible to it.
There's
like
only
any-
one man on the face of this planet that can solve the coronavirus. That's Donald Trump.
It's Bud Wise.
The Keith guy, the most interesting man in the world.
But it's just you know, it's the same symptom. It's just the fever. You know, you have a respiratory infection, and the problem is it can develop into pneumonia, like with any respiratory infection with old people.
Yep.
But when you think the
by the
flu,
way,
you don't think
respiratory
Chinese
infection.
people.
Go ahead, Greg. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say when you think the flu, you don't think. Wait, when you think coronavirus, you think, oh my God, it's coming from China. And then, like, you see all the people, like, all of a sudden, people are sharing these stories and pictures of what they do in China now. And everybody's so shocked. And they've been doing the same shit in China for 10,000 years.
What? Getting sick like every other human being?
Yeah, like, eat with the food they eat and things like that. Like, that's...
Well, if they didn't eat dog and they prayed before their meal, they wouldn't be judged.
Well, 100%. Yeah, that's true. True, totally true.
Well, they
You know
did
what
develop
else?
a
If they had
vaccine.
enough people liking their Facebook posts, none of that would have happened. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And you see the conspiracy theorist tinfoil going, raccoon is an anagram for corona, and it's an umbrella. Oh my God! The Illuminati.
When I see those posts, I can hear their tinfoil hat crinkling.
They're
as
probably
they
sitting in front
feverishly
of their
type.
multicolored computer, Robert.
Yep. With the
Vaccines
light.
cause autism. The Chinese created coronavirus to kill us Americans. Yeah.
That was racist.
Like
Was
so
it
much
sexually?
of this show.
Yeah, Justin, you.
Yeah, what can you do? It's true.
So I guess. So would you guys think this purple potato would have been a better idea if it was like Legends class?
I think you'd sell more. I definitely think so.
It would be a nice little unique, standout piece in the collection. But this is like MP scale, isn't it?
Right. This is the type of thing that's going to end up costing, 150 or more, probably. Like it's just one of those things.
You think it's another lone wolf?
Oh yeah. People are going to get this and it's going to be missing its face, things like that. Absolutely. So.
Now, if I had the MMC battleship Shockwave,
right?
Like that might be just enough. Like that might be enough Shockwaves to justify buying this. But
I mean, I guess I could kind of see that. But then on the other hand, like people who bought the MMC battleship Shockwave bought it because it was hard to steal, a comic thing, So I don't know. Maybe if you're the biggest Shockwave fan and you need to own every Shockwave.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's enough. Like if you still got that thing knocking around, like maybe that's enough to kind of you got your foot in the Shockwave shelf door.
Yeah. Do you remember that piece though?
I know that fucking chain.
Yeah,
I hooked that shit in my fucking wallet.
I remember getting him into the battleship mode for the first time, and like clipping so many of those fucking clips, man. Oh.
I actually had never messed with that mold, but I heard that the panels were kind of a nightmare.
They were.
But that was the whole theme, like the steampunk thing,
Yeah.
It was going somewhere. They weren't just like, let's turn the ship into fucking Shockwave.
Yeah, and this is if you're gonna do this type of thing, I feel like you should have done it in the animated type aesthetic, because in animated, the arc was Omega Supreme, right? So okay, now you can go ahead and throw in a Decepticon version of their warship, which can be Shockwave because Shockwave was a character, but you could do something cool with that, like make it turn into like a Tripticon or something like that, and then make a matching Omega. Like that'd be cool. I'd be down with that, but this is just kind of weird. So, oh well. Wasn't designed
it's a valid
for me,
point.
right, Matt?
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Did Matt get coronavirus?
I think so.
No, I said yeah.
No.
Oh, speaking of trans fan goo ga moo goo gai pan.
So this is like Gal Gaigar or something like that? Is that what this is?
This is I corrected myself like 20 times in this thing. When Chris posted it on his page. So this is from Go Geigar or Jay Decker Brave Police. Gotcha. One of the two. I keep getting them confused. The purple guy is called Wolfog. Now this is the same people that made that Minerva figure, right? Trans fan?
No, Minerva, that's Fans Hobby.
Fans Hobby, yeah, my bad.
Fans Hobby.
So I don't know if these are I want to say these are transformable.
They look like they are. From what I can see in the pictures, they definitely look like they're transformable.
Yeah, because that one guy was a motorcycle. I don't know who the hell that is, but he has a motorcycle form.
Yeah, and then the one has like a helicopter thing.
Yep.
So
yeah,
you can see
the
like
people
the wheels
that
and
I've
stuff on the main guy. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg.
Oh no, I was just saying the people that I've seen point out who the main bot in these images is don't seem to know what the other stuff's supposed to be. So I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
I just know Go Gaigar sounds funny.
It certainly looks.
So I laugh at it.
It certainly looks like a fun set. You know, like it'd be something that's fun to mess with. I don't know if I'll get it because I don't really buy too many of the like just for fun type bots anymore. But it looks interesting.
Well, I mean, you got 2 kids, a mortgage.
Exactly.
Who's got time for fun Transformers?
Exactly. You just got to get the essentials. Thank you, Greg. I'm glad you understand.
I do.
I'm just looking forward to it because I once bought the Bandai, I think it was like Robot Spirits figure Wolfog, and he came. It was like an order room. It came with build-to-pieces. You put them together. They turned into a big like office. And he was just such a fragile little number. And I bought him, years ago. But yeah, I'm if he's transformable, then I'm in. They have the gimmick.
They're showing alt modes. They're showing combine mode. It's got to be transformable.
Especially the combine mode. That was like the gimmick with this line. Man, it's been so long since I bothered watching. Like, you know that GIF out there that shows like a lady robot and her breasts are flashing lights alternating one out of another?
Nope.
Pornhub?
Isn't that Rosie from the Jetsons?
No.
Oh. Well, then I'm out.
Well, that's like taken from this anime.
Oh.
Or like the one with the robot that's got a crane in front of it, like it's phallic.
Yes.
Taken from the same anime.
Oh, that's awesome.
I thought that was supposed to be a Rector, man.
Oh, man, you are dumb.
Whoa, you just fucking jumped the gun on that one there, Bo.
Now, I'll probably get corrected in the comments, but I don't give a shit because I'm so fucking hardcore.
Hey, Bo.
You just went damn 0 to tractor in like 6 seconds.
Roll Tide, Bo.
No, brother. Roll Tide. Woo!
Roll Tide,
Pee on me. Pee on me.
What? That's gross. That's a little too far.
Pay on me like one of your Russian prostitutes.
So, speaking of prostitutes, these people have prostituted this mold. It's Generation Toys. Got to get that Toy World Money edition of Gravity Builder. You gotta buy this set too, Robert?
No.
So this is
I didn't even see it yet. I wouldn't get it. I'm not getting another one. Gravity Builder's a good combiner, but I don't
think he's really that good of a combiner, to be honest with you, Robert.
Not when he goes up
he's
against
got
Toy
too many
World.
little issues. Like I really wanted to be in the Gravity Builder corner, when they came out, and like it was just floored by Toy World in every sense. Like Toy World is such a more stable Devastator, it's just overall more aesthetically pleasing if you're into the G1 look. Like it definitely, it's interesting looking, but like yeah, the Gravity Builder one's like just inferior, and I don't know.
They're different scales. They're different scales.
Obviously, doesn't the Gravity Builder look more like he's squished and more chunky than what the Toy World is?
He's beefy. I think he looks great.
Beefy. But the Devastator wasn't beefy in the cartoon.
Oh, this is stylized. This is not really one.
Okay.
This is stylized.
And his foot, his left foot looks like it's melting.
I always agree with that, Greg. Like that, if they had just made the left foot like more boxy, it would have looked so much better.
Yeah, like this, like they would have got. It's like a Scooby-Doo villain. They would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for Toy World and their pesky constructor.
Exactly.
Man, how long you been waiting to use that one? That's
about 3 seconds.
Okay. You're very, very good, man.
Okay, that was awkward. Because when Gravity Builder was coming out, we had Combiner Wars, Devastator. And we had just kind of forgotten about Hercules.
Yeah, Gravity Builder was the replacement for Hercules, you know? And Giant.
It's not even really a great replacement either, because he's almost the same size. You know, like...
He's as big as Abominus and Bruticus.
Yeah.
Predaking. Also.
They're like the same scale.
I remember when they were showing prototype pics. I mean, CADs of all the units. I remember Bobby and I going gaga because they had this insane amount of detail on them.
Yeah.
For their alt modes, anyway.
They do have detail.
Yeah, I got the first one at TFCon Charlotte, and
same. Jason Lowry.
Yeah, me too. He made a house call when I was vomiting. He brought me a toy.
Aww.
And then I got the second one, and then just that foot, and it was something else about it, like just the way that whole piece just holds together in general. I was just like, And then I got out of it, and I'm glad I did, because I got out of it not knowing what to expect from Toy World, and then I was pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised the first 7 times, and then after that, I kind of...
And you stopped buying them. You only got 7.
Only got 7 constructors.
I got
23 more. Which ones do you have? The green one and the clear one?
Yeah, the clear green one, and the regular. I wanted the clear orange one too, maybe, but I'm like, I'm good.
I wanted the dirty orange one or a dirty yellow one.
Oh yeah,
I had it on pre-order, and then I didn't think it was ever going to come out, so I canceled it. It was sold out, and I'm like, I don't know. This money's getting tied up because it was a Big Bad Toy Store, and I had to pay a deposit. And I canceled it, and as soon as I canceled it, people started getting them, and then Big Bad Toy Store got it 8 months later. But
it looked good. Their dirty one looked pretty good too.
Yeah, their cell shaded one looks good too.
I want to get the dirty yellow and the dirty green, and just so I can pose them cleaning each other.
Or get the clear one. See if Mal lends you the clear one and take some pictures. Replace one of the lens with the clear one.
Mail it back to him in an empty box. And be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Replace it. Replace it with Gravity Builder, like a box swap.
That's Jim Bow, man. It's oversized. Doesn't have elbows.
Jim Bow, real tired.
No one talks about the Generation Toys one. Everyone is always selling or trading the Jin Bao. Gravity Builder might as well never have existed because of fucking Jin Bao.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the same with Wolvertron Bruticus.
I actually would even be surprised if Jin Bao and Gravity Builder were still just the same company. Because, honestly, the Jin Bao one is, I would say, just as good. You know, I had the Bruticus, and, I would be hard-pressed to tell you where, if at all, they cut corners on that one. So, for a while, I was happy with it. And then I got the Toy World Devastator, and I was like, I am not happy with this.
Jim Bao.
Jim Bao?
That's the name of the episode. Jim Bao.
It's weird how weird fads come and go in the Transformer community. It's like when I went to BBTS store on Black Friday. on their website. They had like 2 Warbotron pieces for like $14 a pop.
Man, I got 3 of them. If anybody wants the Computron ones.
Yeah, I got the Computron ones too. I definitely.
You can get the whole set of Computron for like $130 right now on TF stores, I think.
I have 3 of them, so.
Well, you better be selling those motherfuckers for like. Well, no, if you sign them, sign the boxes and the figures.
Okay.
Let's see what it's going for on Big Bad Toy Store right now.
$29.99.
What does Chur? What does Chur have it for?
I don't know. $39.99.
With free coronavirus shipping.
Mm-hmm. He did offer that to me when I asked when I bought some stuff. He's like, "Do you want some of this virus?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?"
It's an upgrade kit.
Sprinkle on my figures.
You stay home, play with toys. Who made the Computron? Was Warbotron?
Warbotron.
Going under.
Yeah, it was still Warbotron when they did that.
$149.99.
Damn. So.
And that's for their Computron?
That's for the box set of Computron. Yep.
Wow.
There was the other one, the Make Toys one, was also similarly cheap.
The MSRP on it's $52.99. It's not even fucking out yet. And it's already 72% off.
What was Warbotron? Weren't they?
They were.
It was Warbotron, then Gravity Builder, and then they were
Generation Toy.
Or no, they were Warbotron, Transformation and Generation Toy.
Oh, okay. Transformation like did the Stunticons, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh. Right about time everybody needed replacement parts for their Warbotron, they switched names. Because I remember Big Bad Toy Store, somebody emailed them and they're like, "Yeah, we can't get a hold of them anymore." They don't answer that email. They just started emailing us from a different email address.
Damn.
So they're like, "Oh no, it's Generation Toy. We're not the same company."
Cold Tide.
Cold Tide.
Oh so no, we Jin Bao.
No, who? Gravity who? No. Generation? No. No.
Get that cat out of here.
No, it's Generation Toy. No here. No.
Generation Terror.
No here.
Generation Terry.
So we're going to move on to our discussion question of the evening: cannibalism and its applications for the 21st century and beyond.
Well, wasn't there some article somewhere about this that we should start eating human meat? I heard this in a discussion recently. I don't know where it came from. I mean, hold on.
Was there no Hasbro news?
No,
everything was all there from last week.
Oh. Astro Train's getting released. Is out in Earthrise packaging too.
Oh yeah, they showed the.
But it's the G1 reissue though. They just put it in the Earthrise.
Optimus Prime is in there, and they've shown the Micromasters. People have been getting the Micromasters too. The Wave 1 for Earthrise.
That's another box that could be empty, technically.
Which one?
The Micromasters.
Why is that?
Because they're so small.
You're reaching for that one.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I haven't found them yet. I'd like to get. I don't know if I'm get Optimus Prime or not.
See? Have you tried using a magnifying glass?
Yeah, you probably have like 20 of them, and just don't realize.
Yeah, have you checked?
Anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna get the Optimus Prime or not.
Even though you can't see them, you may or may not have them in your cart, but still $10.
My dog keeps scratching.
So what are we talking about? What's the discussion about? What are we all?
Cannibalism and its applications for the future.
Oh, I thought it was something for something else. Okay.
It was Soylent Green is still. We haven't reached that year yet, where that movie is set in. Let me see. Remember Soylent Green, Matthew?
Mm-hmm. It's people.
No, I do not.
That's made of people.
Yeah, it is. I remember. I remember he had to ride a bicycle in his house to keep his light bulb on. I remember.
Yeah.
It's set in.
Ma'am.
For my anime nerd fans out there, back before anime literally saturated all of media. I believe it was the 28th of January. That was the day that Kira was confronted by the police force in Death Note. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
If you don't know Death Note, you are missing out. It is fantastic.
I think it's 2022. I think it's set 2022 where the temperature never drops below 90.
All right, Greta, calm down.
Yeah, 2022, overcrowding, pollution, and resource depletion have reduced society's leaders to finding food for the teeming masses, and the answer is Soylent Green. And you find out at the end that it's made out of people.
Hey, did y'all hear the Fan Goo shut down till September?
No, it's February.
I'm just
fake
kidding.
newser.
God.
Well, yeah, and it said like 2 posts down from that, it said that they weren't going to be back till the 10th. So it's an extra 7 days. So it's like,
You know how people want their Fans Toy shit. You know how they want it.
Everybody's sick. Stay home.
Yeah, but what's a week what's a week in Fans Toys years?
7.
It's like 7 years.
Yeah, I think so. Whatever BBTS has there when it's coming out, that's what I go by.
They invented a 13th month actually for Fans Toys.
Did they?
Go
Awesome.
Fanstember.
I have been waiting for that fucking 3A Optimus Prime since fucking TFCon. I just now pre-ordered on BBTS, and I don't know when they're gonna fucking get that thing.
You curse so much and cuss, but in your videos you never cuss or curse.
Stop.
Or swear.
It's because we want to make sure that Shattercast doesn't get flagged for children. We don't want that
Yeah,
on
but
YouTube kids.
But why don't you curse more in your videos so that kids don't watch it?
I don't know.
You should have a dirty word of the day.
Why don't you?
Hey guys, today's dirty word of the day is vaginal discharge.
Or just say
If
click
she is
on
complaining of vaginal discharge, avoid her.
just click on subtitles and you will see lots of dirty words made out of my words. I haven't watched your reviews at subtitles in ages. It is quite entertaining.
It is.
Yeah. Once again, if anybody's just tuning in, or as a new listener, watch Matt's videos with subtitles. It's like he's dropping little truth bombs.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he's subverting, the CIA.
He's like, I don't understand how this new age Starscream's so good, and it says Epstein didn't kill himself.
Like back in the day when you played a Black Sabbath record backwards, it said stuff. Ozzy Osbourne
Black
was
Sabbath wasn't it Kiss also? If you played your shit backwards.
Yeah, it could have been Kiss. Was it Black Sabbath or just Ozzy by himself? They used. Maybe in both. Who knows? I don't know.
It was Ozzy that experimented with subliminal messaging that supposedly caused the guy to kill himself.
Did you see that the big bombshell? He's got a form of Parkinson's.
Yeah, for what, 13 years now?
Yeah, no, it's like no shit. It's like, oh, that's
really?
sad.
Y'all did not figure that out? Like the way he shakes everywhere?
See that shit back when they were doing that reality show. You're shouting.
Yeah, but nobody knew.
Shouting.
So was he untreated? Was he going untreated, or was it just hidden from the public?
Well, it's like a form of Parkinson's that affects the nerves. I'm like, I think you got more in the form.
Yeah.
Like Michael J. Fox, it's like, Ozzy, chill the fuck out.
It's a bad thing, man. A bad rip.
As the two of them try to clang glasses, they try to be empty glasses they're toasted to. Oh, the water fell out.
I don't know that anybody, a lot of so there was a bad helicopter crash this past week too.
Kobe
and everything. I was upset. I grew up watching this is different from Transformers, but I grew up watching basketball and I loved Kobe and Shaq and everything. So it was kind of sad. And the other people that died, one of his daughters was in there, and a lot of 9 people I think in total.
How old
died.
are you, Matt?
I'm 43.
You're my age.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm younger than you by 3 years, but you're 43 years old and you grew up watching Kobe. You never watched Jordan? When I got into basketball really around the early 90s.
Oh, okay. So I grew up. Shaq was my favorite. He's always been my favorite. But as I grew up, I wasn't growing up. I was a teenager, but I still grew up watching. But I do watch.
I just
him and Shaq together was really good.
I normally
awesome.
I normally don't watch a lot of sports per se. Like when I was
I'm sorry
younger,
I said anything. Goddamn.
Oh, shush, man. I'm just trying to chime in with you. Stop being a
Thank
bitch.
you, Oscar. No, it's the three douches that are on.
No,
because you're
okay.
Look,
Whoa.
What
has
no one's
Justin
making fun
done
of you,
that
Matt.
makes him a
Calm the
douche?
fuck down.
Hey, Justin, you need to calm the fuck down.
Oh my god. Fight.
Nerd
now.
fight. I'm sorry.
Well, actually, what was fun? Yeah, what was funny because you were like, I was growing up, I wasn't growing up, I grew up, I wasn't growing up, and like then all of a sudden you just start going.
Exactly.
I thought it was just my connection.
Yeah,
I thought it was mine too.
My
But I
bad.
look at it this way, right? Back on the topic about Kobe Bryant. Like the kids that are 20, 25 years old, that to Kobe Bryant to them was like what Michael Jordan was to me.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like I obviously, when I was a kid, what?
You're not doing that. He's fucking with you.
But I grew up, I'm in New Jersey. The Nets, they only had Derek Coleman, right? The fucking Bulls at the time had Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. They had a good roster. And I was one of those people that was part of the big, Chicago Bull train when they won back-to-back championships. I fell out of touch with basketball as I got older, but then I started hearing about Kobe Bryant and all that shit. And I was like, okay, well, he is this upcoming generation's Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and it's a shame. Like, there's been a lot of talks about. It's weird because I've seen certain celebrities die, and people make memes, and it's people laugh at them. This is the first time I've seen people sit there and be like, "Yo, that's fucked up, man. Like he died, and so did his daughter."
Mm.
And it's really weird. Like it happened recently in Figure's Ultimate Collector's Kingdom, where someone made a post and it like fucking people just lost their shit over it.
Don't talk bad about the basketball man.
Are you in that meme group, Greg?
Which one?
It's a really harsh one. Like yesterday, someone posted a really vicious meme and it went crazy.
I can't remember, or I don't know. I left a couple groups because the shit kept popping up at inopportune times. I didn't know how to make it stop, so I just left.
It's horrible. Oh my
God. Add me to it then.
Okay.
I took a bunch of people's friends off my friends list because they were just being stupid. I mean, you may not like him, but whatever.
It is what it is. People are gonna have their jokes. I got a few friends that are just dropping Kobe memes left and right, but it's all about how you deal with it. If I really don't want to hear what they have to say, I unfollow them. Or my favorite thing to do, fucking just unfriend them altogether and block them. That's it. Like,
Snowflake.
If you're just one of those people that are consistently freaking negative about everything you post on Facebook, like, oh wow, why am I sending you a friend request? If you're overly positive, sure, whatever. But if you have a sense of humor, and I know you have a dark sense of humor, that shit doesn't bother me. I don't, you know what I mean?
We got any questions? We're gonna read questions now.
Yeah, what's the point of life?
Crush
Why
your
are we even
enemies,
alive?
rep the women. All right, so
No, not the plot of the Michael Bay Beast Wars movie. What's the point of life? Eyes covered sent us a question.
All right, go ahead, read it.
Oh no, I was just moving things along. You've got the beautiful reading voice.
You do have a beautiful reading voice.
I want Matt to read.
No, I want Robert to read it.
Okay, there's this one.
Yeah.
It's
that one. It's that one. Point to it. Point to it when you say it.
Look!
I got it. Okay,
Look!
I was thinking about transformations lately and thought of a few questions for the show. Hands. Most of the time, it is just open a flap, and the hand swivels into the arm. What are some of the best, most innovative hand transformations? C-Dub, for years now, reviewers on YouTube have used the term Combiner Wars, and you don't even have to be watching, and you know exactly what they mean. I'm not too familiar with the Chug line pre-Combiner Wars era, but has any other engineering from the mainline ever had such an impact on transformations after all? Keep on keeping on. Matt, eyes covered. That was a fail copy and paste in here.
How was that a fail?
Oh my!
Because he said so. That's all I had to say.
So is the question only asking about like harkening back to the mainline to see what contribution that made moving forward into engineering? Only mainline?
It could be anything, because like I think what he's trying to say here is like if someone says Combiner Wars the legs, you know exactly what they're talking about. You know, it's that rotate on that like hinge type thing to drop the thigh into the shin. So that's what that.
Right, the Fans Project. I used to call it the Fans Project, Nate, because
they actually did it before.
Intimidator.
Yeah,
did that. I was over here is that I'm not too familiar with the Chug line pre-Combiner Wars era, but has any other engineering from the mainline ever had such an impact on transformations ever? So, I think Justin, you're more qualified than any of us. Well, you and Matthew, really. In regards to that, because you had quite a Chug collection.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Chug because like some of the stuff that I think Chug did even goes all the way back to like G1, like the way, was it Prowl? I believe they had like the arms kind of like folded up into the front part of the car. Like a lot of that stuff actually went all the way back to just original G1 how they did it, but they just did it smarter, you know.
Yep, you know what? I can think of one. Hold on, because the only contribution I can make, I think, didn't the original G1 swoop have the collapsing arms into the chest?
Yeah, on the sides. Yeah, on the sides.
Yeah, and that carried over into the Seekers a little bit, right? And also then into Fans Toys. That engineering, that idea of space saving and contracting.
The Seekers were different. The Seekers were they flipped over on top of them and they didn't really go inside the chest like the swoop did.
Seeing that engineering come back though to save space, like even finding like nuances on it, you see with the Fans Toys stuff, with the jets, with the aerial bots.
Yeah, the aerial bots. Yeah, they do that. Yeah,
and it's smart. It's a great way to collapse. You know,
I think that's the plane mode itself. I mean, in G1, that's how they did too. They collapsed inside the chest. The aerial bots did. I think the plane design itself usually does that, doesn't it? They just, they go into the chest on the side.
Yeah.
And I hated, one of the worst ones, other than Combiner Wars with the hands and feet thing, the switchable. Y'all remember the Energon combiners?
No.
Barely.
Oh God.
I did not like those. They had the parts that really wouldn't stay on, as feet and
the transparent dinner fork.
Yes. Yeah. So the Constructicons were. Yeah, so that was a fail on that one as far as the Energon combiner, especially with Superion and Devastator.
Even the port to hold the limbs on didn't work right. Like
it was.
You would plug it in and you're like there it's secured. You let it go, it just like falls to the ground. You're like that was not secure.
Yeah, how I have to display my Energon combiners, they had to lean up against the wall. Because they can't stand up.
They couldn't stand, unless you had that aerial bot upgrade set from Fans Project. Was it the one that made it?
Yep.
Yeah, the winter something or
the snowball Superion.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the Bruticus upgrade set, and then there was something where you could get that Hulk transformer and do something with him, put him on something.
I think the Combiner. I mean, with Combiner Wars, I think that a lot of the the France projects, they did a lot of upgrade kits for the Combiner Wars and everything. It made them decent. Made them better. Other than the hand.
You're talking about Perfect Effect, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Perfect Effect. You're right. I'm sorry, Perfect Effect. They made a lot of the Combiner Wars stuff that made them a lot better. Because I didn't really like the hand feed thing. I mean, it was all right. It's better than the Energon stuff. But,
definitely better than Energon.
Yeah, but thank God for third party, man.
Yeah, Zeta made a pretty good upgrade kit for Combiner Wars.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
What did they do?
Yeah, they're Superion and Bruticus.
Oh god damn it.
I got you.
Now you got me so good.
I gotta say,
You
moving forward, I think that the parts forming for the Masterpiece scaled combiners
Is a must.
Is the must,
Yeah.
and that's why I think, Ocular Max it's really cool what they've done with their Bruticus, and it looks really good. I mean, at least seeing the
A lot of people like it too. I mean, anybody who gets it, they say they really like them.
it looks really sharp. Like at TFCon we saw it. It looks really good, but I expect that engineering with the parts forming now because I want the stability, and I'm okay with it coming with a chest and a torso.
Look at like I always say this whenever we mention parts forming. Look at TFC combiners. I mean, they're not holding up at all. I mean, I've sold all my stuff, but my Superion was just jacked up.
Oh, they were trash. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the part forming is a must for moving forward for NP scaled. Because Zeta, I mean, the Superion and Bruticus, they got part forming in, but it makes it more stable and it will last longer than, TFC or KFC, whoever made the combiners back in the day. They were just terrible. They won't hold up anymore.
Well, in TFC's defense, like they weren't that great to begin with. And they were the first ones that were making full-on combiners of that size.
But you learn, if you go on for it, you learn about,
But then the Make Toys stuff, the Make Toys actually technically dropped theirs first. The two Devastators came out at the same time, but I think they got their whole set out first. But I think that one holds up pretty well still. I haven't seen too many people complain about that being a flop.
Yeah, mine's still fine. I think the problem with TFC is like they were the first ones who made that size and everything like that. But then and I feel like it was acceptable to have Hercules be a little floppy, but like none of their combiners after Hercules
never got better.
That formula,
My Pharaoh Rex is not doing that well anymore.
I haven't even taken mine out of the box forever. I think I probably just need to get online and sell him.
It's kind of floppy.
I missed my Pharaoh Rex.
I wish somebody would make a Predaking. I know Toy World's. I think they're doing one. I would like for Zeta or Fans Toys to make a Predaking.
Well, Zeta teased something for a Predaking, but we haven't heard anything else about it.
Oh, was that the silhouette?
Yeah, that was. No, they showed something because they're both freaking out. There's a separate piece.
Oh yeah, they said that wasn't gonna. It didn't look like it had parts forming on it.
Man, how the fucking tables turned on that one. Oh my god, it's still gonna be parts forming now. It's like, oh my god, it's not parts forming.
I know, right?
What's it gonna do?
I wouldn't trust those figures. I wouldn't trust Zeta product without the hard parts forming ratchet stuff. I wouldn't trust them.
Fans Toys we know that they're going to do good with their Motor Master and their Superion. I wonder if they can make animal bots just as good,
well,
like a Abominus or a.
Well, they've done
as a combiner though.
Right. Okay, but we've seen them do it, and they seem to stick to the aesthetic of the cartoon. So I think they might go cartoon aesthetic, and will we be happy with that? Because they're going to be, chunky chunksters, and I think I'd be happy with it.
You're right. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Ain't it what's really been popular in the mainline when it comes to Masterpiece is all these tune variations now.
Right. Oh yeah, if you got anything Fans Toys Predacons, if you got Fans Toys Predacons, you're getting at least two versions. They're coming. You're gonna get the first release that's gonna sell out, and then they're gonna give you a metallic one, then maybe even a third one because it's gonna be hot, and they'll all sell out. You get a metallic version, then you're gonna get more tune accurate version. They're gonna mix it up.
Get a G2
then you get G2, yeah. What's to say? You get a red, blue, and green one. And they only released 3 members.
You'll get a Machine War version, or get whatever. I just want to say, I know you're right, Robert. They did, I love the Mind Wipe, and I love their Werewolf too.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the other one too. But I'm just saying, can they make a good Predacon set or Abominus? If they can they do that?
I do think they could, but I just think maybe Abominus is better when he's all stylized. Unique Toys is great, but I wonder how it would be if it was simplified tune kind of aesthetic. It might be great because what I like about Fans Toys is they can go simple but it feels like a brick, but it still transforms, and then the bot looks great. So I'm okay with that if they did that.
Yeah.
I think I'd like that.
We'll see.
Excuse me.
Stay excited. Roll tight.
Roll tight.
I've been up since 4:30 this morning, Robert. I'm as excited
Roll
as I
type.
can be.
Roll type.
Do we have a MP collector? Did he
Comic
give us-
Sans.
I think
He did.
I think
Yes,
he
we
quit the
do.
show.
He put in a simple question too.
Oh,
Okay.
good question.
Fucking speaking of traitors, speaking of treason.
Okay.
What did MP collector do?
What's the question?
He didn't send us a question for like 2 months.
Oh,
Ask the question. Because this is an interesting question. This is
the
a very
Dinobots or the Wreckers? Who is more badass?
now here. Let me qualify this.
How many records are you talking about?
All of them. It's got to be all of them.
And what continuity?
Now, but is this
Last Stand?
Are we judging by what they've done or what they could do?
We'll find out next week when MP collector follows up on that email.
Because the Dinobots have been more badass, but I think the Wreckers could be more badass because they're a mob and they can repair themselves because they're the only ones apparently that have ever figured that out.
Yeah, like for the Wreckers, don't get me wrong, like Last Stand Wreckers is one of the best Transformers comics.
Oh,
that
I
exist.
thought we meant the Trashicons. What the hell, the Junkions? Now I'm confused. I thought you meant the Junkions.
Wreckgar. We're not talking about Wreckgar.
No,
not the Wreckers. The Wreckers.
Yeah, fuck the Wreckers.
Not the Wreckers.
Dinobots, hands down. Not the Wreckers. The Junkions is a better question. Dinobots are Junkions. But anyway, I'll step back.
I think the Dinobots. I think the Dinobots were held back actually in G1. As further got down, especially in season 3. Grimlock got down to like a dumbass. He was just like a comic relief.
They all were, dude.
Well, Computron.
Yeah, but
I'm just thinking that the Dinobots had so much potential. They could be the best, and they didn't. I think they could have wrecked the shit out any combiner, especially the Devastator. But they just. I don't know. During the movie, they got slapped around a little bit. I think they just got held back, man. I think the Dinobots could probably be the strongest set of, Transformers, like a team of all time. I think they could compete with any combiner.
All time.
If you're gonna say J1, though, to be fair, I think you would have to go with something like the comics, because the Wreckers were also represented in those same comics. Well, that same comic continuity. So I think that would be a more fair comparison for the two, because the cartoon Dinobots were pretty much just comic relief.
Yeah. That sucks too. They could have been. I think they could have been one of the best team of all time, to be honest. But
the Wreckers, they weren't the only times the Wreckers are really shown in Transformers fiction is when they're specifically written to be badass.
Yep.
They're not just
bad
or be killed off.
They're not just written as normal character. You can't go back and look at an everyday character who's more badass, Smokescreen or Wheeljack. You know what I mean? That. It's not just a regular old character. Their characters are specifically written to be overpowered and scary. Special ops,
Well, who do y'all think
they do wet work?
Actually, take out the Dinobots? As far as Decepticons or Autobots, do you think any combiner could really take out the Dinobots?
Monstructor, IDW Monstructor.
In my head, I always saw the Predacons probably being a fair match for them, because they always said the Predacons were supposed to be so powerful,
Yeah.
as a combiner, so I felt
I can see that.
Yeah, Predaking combined would be a good fight for the Dinobots.
But that was just so weird. What about just harking on the Dinobots? They didn't have to combine, and they still could kick ass.
Exactly.
That was awesome.
For all we knew, they do combine, and that's why all the third.
That's true. Yeah, in combiner wars.
I'll be honest. They Hasbro killed my love for them by making them combine.
Yeah.
They really did ruin any love I had for the Dinobots the moment they made Volcanicus.
You couldn't even have all the entire Dinobot team in the movie because they would just destroy Devastator. And they basically kicked his ass anyway, even though they got pounded.
I wish that would have been a longer fight.
Yeah.
That would have been a pretty sweet little add-on. Like if they had more show, they showed like different stuff that got cut out of the movie. I wish they would have shown a bigger action scene between the Dinobots and Devastator.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna have the whole team, might as well have the whole team. Have Devastator fucking rip Snarl in half. You know, like have him kill two of the team. Something. It would have been more impactful, I think.
Yeah. Well, Snarl showed up though later. He was only in the movie for like 5 seconds, I think. I don't know. Just weird.
Yeah, what was the reason behind that? Wasn't there a reason like they can't?
Because he didn't jump out. He didn't jump out of the ship. He showed up going into the ship, like when they were retreating.
No, but I mean, wasn't there like a real world reason, like
why he didn't?
Like why there weren't other combiners in the movie, even though by the time the movie came out, combiners were the show, because movies take a longer time than cartoons, than TV shows.
Wasn't that Scramble City kind of made up for that or something? For where they were, were superior on all the word. Was it that?
Yeah, but that's because they didn't have the movie in Japan at the time. They didn't have the movie so much later.
Okay. Yeah, it would have been really cool if they would have shown some more combiners in the movie too. That would have been pretty sweet to have Superior and all those show up.
I mean, I'm still remembering season 3 where you'd have like Onslaught and then you had Birdicus right next to him.
Yeah, that was a nice.
Or where Magnus was so big.
He
was
held
holding
two
two Constructicons.
The Constructicons were too small now.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't be a Ultra Magnus racist.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you. So since they're making 2 movies, do you think if they made a movie from the 86, like a new 86 movie or something like that, do you think it'd be good in the theaters? Do you think it would do well in the theaters?
A new what?
I'd love that.
Like a new, I don't know if they would just a new 86 movie, like something different from what, and have it include everything. If they made like a cartoon something.
As long as they had the Michael Bay hot rod, yes, with a French accent.
Megatron.
Do you think if they redid the 86 movie and made added more stuff to it, do you think it would do well?
Animation, you mean, or live action?
Animation.
Redo it or just add to it?
Add to it, I guess.
I'm
confused.
They should
just
redo
it.
Make it rated R. Because it's not for kids. And do it R and freaking violent cursing and, like gore.
I would love them to adapt some of these like stories from the IDW comics.
Mm-hmm.
I would love them to adapt Last Stand of the Wreckers, definitely. I remember we talked about this way back in the
They make so much money on that. Like, you could freaking binge watch the entire thing on Netflix.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that would be awesome.
All Hail Megatron? Oh, if they did All Hail Megatron?
But they would do this trashy, like, 15-minute, 12 minutes an episode.
Do
and you can only watch it if you're in, like, Scandinavia.
Anyone
at the right time, at 12 o'clock midnight.
The adult fan base would love just animation. It's cheaper. You don't got to deal with the computers. Just do animation. We would love it.
I can't believe this escaped me, like when we were talking about it way earlier. But remember that video game Primal Rage?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That would be the Beast Wars movie.
They'd be each other,
throwing up on each other, shitting on each other, and then they just eat a handful of humans when their energy got low.
Oh no, they make the movie like Rampage. We already got the Beast Wars movie, but Rampage. There's Rock.
I tried to watch that and I fell asleep like 5 minutes into it. So don't spoil it for me, please.
It's not worth it.
The Rock
dies.
Oh.
What?
Look at us, Oscar.
Get out of my head, you sexy bitch.
Get out of my head, motherfucker.
Rock don't die.
He dies all the time. He died on Jumanji.
Oh God, I was going to see that this weekend.
I need to go see Bad Boys 3 still. I want to go see that. All right. That was a good question, though.
That was a good question.
I like
if it was Junkions.
Ooh.
Snap.
I think you meant Junkions.
So are you saying Junkions could have fixed that question?
Yes, they really could have. Could have fixed it.
If you're dare to be stupid. No.
Oh boy. Your Oscar, take us out.
I think if they ever were to release like a direct-to-video series or direct-to-stream series, the order they would have to do, I would like to see done is A, All Hail Megatron, because you can introduce everybody.
Oh yeah, that'd be fucking sweet.
Then 2, do some of the Shun series afterwards. You know, like Devastation, Annihilation, that shit, right? Do like one of those in between her. Then as a side story, you squeeze in Last Stand of the Wreckers.
Kiss players.
Yes, definitely Kiss players.
No, God, no, man.
No, RC titties. Wait.
Kiss players on Broadway.
Dreamwave.
Cats.
No, but they could do like exactly. Each season could be a collection. It would be fucking huge. I really think it would be a huge thing.
Oh yeah, straight to Netflix.
Binge watch 10 to 20 episodes, and then you're just chomping at the bit for the next season to come out. It would explode.
We need to call Netflix and.
But they could do it. They could just animate, just fucking pencil the paper, old school animation. It's not that. It's not the same. You don't have the same cost.
You can throw Beast Wars in there too. You can mix in Beast Wars.
Now you lost Oscar.
No. Okay.
Now he hates you.
Damn it.
No, I mean like, do that as a backup series. You know, like you know how some comic books have out of like the 20 pages, not counting the ads, on there, 15 will be dedicated to the main story. So out of like let's say a 30-minute episode, 20 of it can be dedicated to like All Hail Megatron Part 1. And then you have Beast Wars: The Arrival. And you can continue both the stories till they somehow intertwine with one another. You know, never mind.
Like a sex thing?
Like,
like a sex thing.
But the robot centipede?
Like Kiss players? I like, where this is going, Oscar.
You dropped some ice cream on my gear shift.
Whoa.
Oh,
real tight.
So, on behalf of me and everyone else at Shattercast,
and we're out.
Check out our friends over at the ROC and as well as Masterpiece Ship Piece Theater. Shout out to that young man. Dude, I forgot his fucking name. He sent me some cool links for screen recording software so we could do a behind the scenes of Ask World like I want to make. So always be sure to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/ShatteredCast. Check us out on Twitter at ShatteredCast. And of course on our Instagram at Shattered_Cast_Uncut. We're over 1,600 followers. We appreciate you for that. And on behalf of me and the Fearsome 4 here on Shattercast Uncut, the sake of Primus, please collect responsibly, be good to yourselves and each other. And remember, you've been shattered.
Follow us on Grindr.
And
Shut the
Pornhub.
fuck up, Chip.
And Pornhub.